Hello. Welcome to the VUS Learning English Podcast. My name is Anna. It is so nice to be here with you today. If this is your first time listening, welcome. We are so happy you are here. If you are a returning listener, welcome back. It is always a joy to have you with us. This podcast is a warm, safe place. It is a place for English learners around the world, a place for you. Thank you so much for choosing to spend your time here with me. I am truly grateful. Today we are going to talk about something important, something many learners feel. We will talk about why your English speaking can feel slow, and we will talk about how to fix it. We will learn how to speak English more quickly and more easily. This episode is about helping you. It is about giving you hope and a clear plan. You can do this, and I am here to help you. Before we begin, if you like our podcast, please think about following or subscribing. It helps other learners find our little community. It helps us grow together. I'm always curious about our listeners. Where are you listening from today? Are you in Japan? Or maybe Brazil? Are you in United States? Or maybe Indonesia? Or maybe you are in your car driving to work? Or in your kitchen making tea? Wherever you are, I am sending you a warm hello. I am so glad we are connected today. So find a comfortable place. Take a slow, deep breath. Let's begin. Section 1. The big problem. Why do I feel stuck? Let's talk about a feeling many English learners know very well. Maybe you have studied English for a long time, maybe for a few years, or maybe for many, many years. You learned new words. You wrote them down in a notebook. You learned grammar rules. You know how to make a sentence. You downloaded apps on your phone. You watched movies in English. You did the work. You really tried. If you have time, you can write a good English sentence. Maybe even a perfect sentence. You know the words. The words are in your head. So why does it happen? Why do you feel stuck when you speak? You are in a conversation. You are standing in front of a person, a real person, and you want to speak. But your mind feels empty. It feels blank. All the English words you learned, where did they go? They seem to disappear. You feel a little panic inside. It is a quiet panic. You're just trying to find a word. Any word, even a simple word. You start to speak, but you stop. You hesitate. You use the same easy words again and again. Words like good, nice, I think. You feel like a beginner, even after all this time, even after all your hard work. This feeling is so frustrating. It is very, very hard. It can make you feel that you are not smart. It can make you feel that your memory is bad. It can make you feel that you can never speak English well. I am here today to tell you something very important. Those feelings are not true. The problem is not you. The problem is not your brain. The problem is not your memory. And you're working very hard. The problem is an idea. A single idea you were told about learning English. This idea is not true. It is a lie. This lie is the real problem. It is an invisible wall. A wall between you and the English you want to speak. The natural, confident English you dream of. In our time together today, we will look at this lie. I will show you this lie. We will understand it together. I will show you the real reason your English feels slow, and it is not about how many words you know. And most important, I will give you a simple plan, a step-by-step method to fix it. We are going to take down that wall brick by brick. Stay with me. Your story with English is going to change. Today, Section 2, the great lie, the real enemy. Okay, let's talk about this lie. To win a fight, you must know your enemy. So, what is the lie? The lie is this. To speak English well, you must be perfect. This idea is the enemy. It is the big invisible wall. Where did this idea come from? Think about your old English classes, maybe in school. You were in a quiet room. You were reading a textbook. The book was full of rules. You took tests, and on your tests, every small mistake was marked. A bright red circle. You lost a point for wrong grammar. You lost a point for a wrong word. You lost a point for a small mistake. Your whole English education was about one thing. Do not make mistakes. Avoid mistakes. Success was not about communication. Success was about being perfect. Success was about having no red marks on your paper. This way of learning creates a rule in your mind. It is a secret rule. The rule is, mistakes are bad. Mistakes mean I am failing. Mistakes are a reason to feel bad. So what happens when you're in a real conversation? That conversation feels like another test. It feels like a school exam. It is not a chance to talk to a person. It is not a chance to share your ideas. It becomes a performance. You feel like you are on a stage. Your brain is not focused on the conversation. Your brain is not focused on listening. Your brain is not focused on sharing. No, your brain is busy. It is working so hard and so fast, it is worrying. Your brain is asking so many questions. Is this the right word? Is my grammar correct? What if my pronunciation is wrong? What if they think I am stupid? Maybe it is better to say nothing. If I am quiet, I can't make a mistake. This is the fear of not being perfect. Imagine you are learning to ride a bicycle. Imagine someone told you, if you fall, you have failed. Even if you fall one time, you are a failure. Would you ever get on the bicycle? No, of course not. You would be too scared to fall. The fear stops you. You might learn everything about the bicycle. You might read books about bicycles. You might watch other people ride. You might know the name for every part of the bike. You can say, this is the wheel, this is the pedal, this is the seat. But you would never ride it. You would never feel the wind. You would never move forward. This is what has happened to your English. You are an expert on the bicycle of English. You know the parts, you know the rules, but you are scared to get on and pedal. This is the perfection trap, the trap of wanting to be perfect. And it is the number one reason your mind feels blank. Your mind is not empty. Your mind is frozen. Frozen by fear. Fear of the red pen from your teacher. Fear of other people judging you. Fear of not being perfect. This fear creates a loop, a sad circle. I call it the vicious cycle of silence. Let's see if this sounds like your story. It starts with the fear of making mistakes. You're scared to say the wrong thing. Because you're afraid, you try not to speak. You're in a group and you stay quiet. You let other people talk. You're in a work meeting and you do not share your idea. You need to contact someone, so you send a text message. You do not make a phone call. You are avoiding speaking. You are hiding. Because you are avoiding speaking, you get no practice. No real-world practice. Reading a book is not practice for speaking. Watching a movie is not practice for speaking. And because you are not practicing, your speaking does not get better. It stays the same. And because your speaking is not getting better, your confidence goes down. You start to believe the bad thoughts. You start to think, my English is so bad, or I will never learn to speak well, or it's just too hard for me. This low confidence makes your fear of mistakes even bigger. Your fear grows stronger, and the cycle starts again. Fear leads to silence. Silence leads to no practice. No practice leads to no progress. No progress leads to less confidence, and less confidence leads to more fear. It is a trap, a loop of worry and hiding. Do you see now? Do you see why you feel so stuck? Your mind is not blank because you do not know the words. Your mind is blank because the fear is too loud. The fear shouts and you cannot hear the words. It is like a traffic jam in your brain. There is a little voice inside, your inner critic. And that voice is screaming, "Stop!" It screams every time you try to say something. It screams, "Wait, that is not a perfect sentence. Don't say it." So how do we break this cycle? How do we escape this trap? We start by destroying the lie. We destroy the idea that created the fear. We need a new definition of fluent, a new meaning for this word. The lie says fluency is about being perfect. The lie says fluency is using big, difficult words. The lie says fluency is having a perfect accent like a native speaker. The lie says fluency is making 0 mistakes. This is not true. This is an impossible goal. It is a standard that no one can reach, not even native speakers. So I want you to listen very, very carefully. That is not what fluency is. Here is the new definition, the true definition. Write this down in your heart. Fluency is the ability to share your ideas. Fluency is the ability to share your feelings. Fluency is about communicating effectively. Fluency means you can speak without stopping all the time. You can keep the conversation going. It's about connection, not perfection. Let me say that again. It is a very important sentence. Fluency is about connection, not perfection. Let's think about 2 people. Person A knows many big fancy English words, but this person is too scared to speak. They are always worried about mistakes, so they stay silent. Person B knows simple English words, but this person is not scared. They use their simple English to tell a story, to ask a question, to make a new friend. They make some grammar mistakes, but the other person understands them. They connect. Who is more fluent, person A or person B? The answer is easy. Person B is much, much more fluent because person B is communicating. Person B is connecting. Your goal is not to be a walking dictionary. Your goal is not to be a grammar book. Your goal is to be understood. Your goal is to connect with another person. The moment you really believe this, the moment you accept this new definition, everything changes. The pressure goes away. The fear gets smaller. It loses its power. Every conversation is not a test anymore. You cannot fail. Every conversation is an opportunity to connect, an opportunity to learn, an opportunity to share a part of you. And that changes everything. Section 3, The Fix, Part 1, A New Strong Mind. We know the enemy. The enemy is the lie of perfection. The enemy is the fear. Now we fight back. And our first battle is not with English words. It is not with grammar books. The first battle is in your mind. If you do not win this battle, nothing else will work. No practice will be enough. This is the foundation, the ground for your new English house. I'm going to give you a new golden rule, a new powerful rule for your English. I want you to write it down, put it on a piece of paper, stick it on your wall, make it the background on your phone. Your new golden rule is this: mistakes are my best friends. Let's say it again. Mistakes are my best friends. From this moment, your goal is different. Your goal is not to avoid mistakes. Your new goal is to make mistakes. Yes, you heard me right. I want you to make mistakes. I want you to look for them. I want you to collect them like treasures. I want you to make so many mistakes that they feel normal, they feel friendly. Why? Why would we want to make mistakes? Because mistakes are not a sign of failure. Mistakes are proof of effort. Mistakes are proof that you are trying. Mistakes are proof that you are brave. Mistakes are information. They are data for your brain. Every time you make a mistake, your brain learns. It gets a small, important message, a message about how English really works. When you say, I go to the park yesterday, and then you think, oh, wait, you correct yourself. I went to the park yesterday. You did not fail. You just did something amazing. You just made a path in your brain stronger. You just learned something real. This kind of learning is powerful. It is much stronger than reading a rule in a book. Mistakes are proof you are on the bicycle. You are pedaling. You are moving. Will you fall sometimes? Yes, but you are moving forward. A person who never makes a mistake in English is a person who never says anything, or a person who only says very simple, boring things. Think about a small child. A baby learning to talk. Does a baby wait for 2 years? Does a baby stay silent until it can speak a perfect sentence? No, a baby babbles. A baby says, da, da, da. A baby says, ma, ma, ma. A baby points to a cup of water and says, wah, wah. A baby makes thousands of mistakes. Thousands. And what do the parents do? Do they take out a red pen? Do they say, no, that is wrong. 1 less point for you? No, of course not. We smile, we laugh, we encourage the baby, we say, yes, water, good job. We celebrate the try, we celebrate the effort. You must become your own encouraging parent. You must be kind to yourself. You must give yourself permission to be a beginner. Permission to be imperfect. Permission to babble in English. Every wrong sentence is a wah-wah. It is an attempt. It is progress, and it is a beautiful thing. Now, I know this is easy to understand in your head, but it is hard to feel in your heart. Why? Because of that little voice, your inner critic. That voice is still shouting the old rules, the rules from school. Don't make a mistake, be perfect. We need to make that voice quiet, and we do that by talking back to it. This is called positive self-talk. It is a very, very powerful tool. From now on, do not let a negative thought about your English pass. You must challenge it. You must answer it. When your inner critic whispers, don't speak, you will make a mistake. I want you to answer back. You can say it in your mind, or you can say it out loud. Out loud is more powerful. Answer, good. I want to make mistakes. Mistakes are my friends. They help me learn. When that voice says, your accent is not good, they will laugh at you. You will reply, my accent is a sign of my courage. It shows I speak more than one language. That is amazing. When that voice tells you, you sound so slow, you sound stupid, you will say, I am learning. Every time I speak, I get a little better. I get a little faster. I am proud of my progress. This is not just happy thinking. This is not a silly game. You are really changing your brain. You are building new, healthy mental habits. You are replacing the old, sad habits. Let's practice this right now. I want you to say this with me. Say it out loud. I don't care if you feel a little strange. Just do it. It is important. Repeat after me. My goal is communication, not perfection. Let's say it again. Feel the words. My goal is communication, not perfection. Good. Now another one. Repeat after me. My mistakes are proof that I am trying. One more time, with a strong, kind voice. My mistakes are proof that I am trying. This is how you build a strong mind, an unbreakable mindset. There is one more piece to this, one more tool for your new mindset. It is about feeling good on your journey. The path to fluent English is long. It is a marathon, not a short race. To keep running, you need to feel like you are winning. But the old you, the perfectionist you, only saw the problems. You finished a conversation and you only remembered your mistakes. You remembered the 2 or 3 times you felt stuck. You forgot the 5 minutes that you communicated well. We will change that. We will use a strategy called the small win strategy. From today, I want you to celebrate every small victory, every tiny win. What is a small win? It can be anything, anything. You understood a line in a song you love. That is a win. Write it down. You ordered a coffee in English and the person understood you. That is a win. Celebrate it. You talked for 1 minute with someone at work in English. That is a big win. Be proud. You used a new word you learned last week. Amazing. That is a win. You made a mistake, you noticed it, and you corrected yourself. That is a huge win. That is a super win. I want you to get a notebook or open a document on your computer. Call it your English Wins Journal or my Fluency Journal. Every night before you sleep, do this one simple thing. Write down just one small win from your day. Just one. This takes less than 1 minute, but it will change how you see your journey. It forces your brain to look for the good things. It trains your brain to see proof of your success, not your failure. After 1 week, you will have a list of 7 wins. 7 things you did well. After 1 month, you will have 30 wins. When you feel sad or frustrated, you can open this journal. You can read your list. You can see in your own handwriting that you are getting better. You are moving forward. You are making progress. This is your plan for an unbreakable mindset. This is your new foundation. First, you make friends with your mistakes. Second, you talk back to your inner critic. Third, you celebrate your small wins every day. You are building a new house for your English, and this is the strong, solid ground it will stand on. Section 4. The Fix. Part 2. The Input Flood. We have made our mind strong. Now we need to give our brain the right food, the right fuel to produce English. Many English learners make a big mistake. They focus too much on speaking, on output. They do not spend enough time on listening, on input. Let me tell you a simple, important truth. You cannot speak what you have not heard. Let's use an image. Imagine your brain is a cup. Speaking English is like pouring water out of the cup. You pour it out to give to another person. This is communication. But what happens if the cup is empty? You can try to pour, you can tip the cup over, but nothing comes out. Maybe 1 or 2 sad drops. You feel frustrated. This is what happens when you try to speak English without enough input. Your cup is empty. Listening and reading are the water. They are the water that fills your cup. Think about a baby again. Before a baby says mama or dada, the baby spends about 1 year just listening. 1 whole year. The baby is absorbing everything. The sounds of the language, the rhythm, the melody, the music of the words. The baby's cup is being filled. Every day, more and more water goes into the cup. It fills to the top. Then and only then, the baby starts to pour a little out. 1 drop. Wah wah. Another drop. Da da. You need to use the same method, the natural method. You need to flood your brain with English, a huge amount of listening. This is not just about learning new vocabulary words, it is much deeper than that. It is about letting the natural patterns of English sink into your brain, into the deep parts of your mind. When you listen a lot, you start to get a feel for the language. You start to know what sounds right. You might not know the grammar rule, but you just know it sounds correct. You will surprise yourself. You will start using phrases and sentences naturally. You did not try to learn them. They just come out because your cup is full. So how should you listen? What is the best way? Let's think about 2 types of listening: active listening and passive listening. Active listening is what you probably know. It is when you sit down and you focus. You try very hard to understand every word. You might have a transcript, the written words to help you. You might pause the audio. You might look up a word you don't know in a dictionary. This is a great exercise. It is like lifting heavy weights at the gym. It makes your listening muscles very strong, but it is also very tiring. You cannot do it for many hours every day. This is why the second method is so important. It is a real game changer. It is called passive listening. Passive listening is simple. You just have English playing in the background. You are doing other things. You are living your life. Are you cooking dinner? Put on an English podcast. Are you cleaning your house? Play an English audiobook. Are you driving your car? Listen to an English radio station or music. Are you walking or exercising? Listen to English. The most important rule for passive listening is this: you are not trying to understand everything. You are not trying to understand 100. Do not stress. Do not worry if you miss some words. Do not pause. Just let the sound of English wash over you, like a river of sound. Maybe you only understand 30 or 40. That is wonderful. That is perfect. Your conscious mind, the front of your mind, is busy. It is focused on cutting vegetables or driving your car. But your subconscious mind, the back of your mind, is like a sponge. It is absorbing everything. It is absorbing the music of English, the intonation, the way a question sounds, the voice goes up at the end, the way words connect together. Give me becomes gimme, the natural rhythm and flow. This is how a child learns. A child is not studying the language in a book. A child is just living in a world full of the language. The language is everywhere. You need to create this world for yourself, an English immersion environment. You might ask, but Anna, what should I listen to? That is a great question. The answer is simple. Listen to anything you enjoy. Anything. For this to work, you have to do it every day. And to do it every day, you must like it. It should not feel like work. It should feel like fun. Do you like technology? Find a podcast about new phones. Do you like history? Find a YouTube channel about ancient Rome. Do you like comedy? Listen to a funny podcast. Do you like cooking? Watch cooking shows in English. You can rewatch your favorite TV shows. But this time, watch them in English. You already know the story, so you can relax. You can just listen to the words and the sounds. You can listen to audiobooks. Maybe start with a simple book, a children's story, or a book you have already read in your own language. Your goal should be at least 1 hour of English listening every day. 1 hour. This sounds like a lot of time, but with passive listening, it is easy. You have a 30-minute drive to work? That's 30 minutes of listening. You cook dinner for 30 minutes? That's another 30 minutes. There is your hour. This is not study time. This is lifetime. You are just adding English to your normal life. Fill your cup every single day, a little more water in the cup. And you will see, when you are in a conversation, when you need to speak, there will be water in your cup to pour. The words will be there for you. Section 5, The Fix, Part 3, The Active Practice Machine. We have worked on our mind. We have filled our cup with input. Now it is time for the final step, the most important step. It is time to practice speaking. It is time to build your speaking engine. This is where the real change happens. This is the part that physically changes your English. Mindset is the foundation. Input is the fuel. But active practice is the engine. The engine that moves you forward to fluency. There is one rule here that you cannot break. It is a very important rule. You must speak English out loud every single day. Every single day, even for just a few minutes. Thinking in English is good. It is a good start, but it is not enough. The physical act of speaking is a skill. It is a muscle skill. You must move your mouth. You must move your tongue. You must move your lips to make the English sounds. It is like playing a musical instrument like the guitar, or like playing a sport like basketball. You have to practice the physical movements. You have to build muscle memory. A lot of your slowness and hesitation is simple. Your mouth is not used to making these new shapes. Your mouth is not used to making these new sounds. We need to train your mouth. I know what you are thinking. But Anna, I have no one to talk to. I live alone. The people around me don't speak English. This is the number one excuse. And today we say goodbye to this excuse. It is gone. Your first speaking partner is always with you. Your most important speaking partner is yourself. Yes, you will talk to yourself. It is one of the best ways to practice. I want you to start a new habit. I call it the 5-minute speaking habit. That's all. Just 5 minutes a day. Everyone has 5 minutes. There are no excuses. What do you do in these 5 minutes? You speak English out loud, and you talk about your life. You narrate your life, like you are the star of your own movie. Let's try an example. Imagine you are making your morning coffee. You will say what you are doing out loud. Okay, good morning. I am walking into my kitchen now. I want to make some coffee. First, I need a cup. I think I will use this red cup today. I like this red cup. Now I am opening the cabinet. I'm taking out the coffee. I am putting the coffee in the coffee machine. Now I need some water. I am pouring the water into the machine. Okay, now I press the button. And now I wait for my coffee. I feel a little tired today. I think the coffee will help. Does it feel a little strange at first? Yes, maybe, but who cares? No one is listening. It is just for you. And think about what you're doing. It is so powerful. You are connecting English words to real things in real time. You are building a direct bridge. a bridge from the world to the English word. You are training your brain to stop translating. This is so important. You are not thinking of the word for cup in your language first. No, you just see the cup and the English word cup comes to your mind. This is the goal. This is thinking directly in English. You can do this with anything at all. When you are getting dressed in the morning, I will wear the blue shirt today and my gray pants. I need to find my socks. Ah, here they are. When you are walking outside, I am walking down the street. I see a big tree. A yellow car is driving past me. That lady has a small dog. The dog is very cute. Another great way to use your 5-minute habit is to talk about your day before you go to bed. You can stand in front of a mirror, look at your reflection, and just tell yourself about your day. Today was a good day. I woke up at 7 o'clock. I had a meeting at work. The meeting was a little long. After work, I went to the store. I bought some apples and milk. Now I'm tired. It is time for bed. It does not need to be perfect. It does not need to be complex. You just need to speak. The words just need to come out of your mouth. This daily habit will build your confidence so much, and it will build automaticity. That means you can speak without thinking so hard. It will start to feel more natural, more automatic. Okay, so you are comfortable talking to yourself. That is step 1. Now it's time for step 2. We will upgrade your practice. We will use a powerful technique. It is called imitation. Some people call it shadowing. This is one of the very best ways to improve 3 things. Your pronunciation, how you say the words. Your rhythm, the music of the language. And your flow, how smooth you sound. This helps you sound more natural, less like a robot, more like a native speaker. Imitation is not just repeating words, it is more than that. It is about copying a native speaker as perfectly as you can. You copy everything. Not just the words, but the music, the intonation, the up and down of the voice, the stress, which words are strong and which are weak, the pauses, even the feeling in the voice. Is it happy? Sad? A question? You're trying on their voice, like trying on a new coat. Let's try a small practice session right now. This is a speak with me exercise. I will say a sentence. First, just listen. Listen to the music of the sentence. Then I will pause. In the pause, you will say the sentence out loud. Try to copy my voice exactly. Don't be shy. No one is listening. Let's try. Sentence 1. To be honest, I'm not really sure. Good. Now listen again to the flow, the music. To be honest, I'm not really sure. The words honest, really, and sure are stronger. Let's try it again with me. To be honest, I'm not really sure. Wonderful. Let's try another one. Sentence 2. Could you give me a hand with this? Did you notice the music? It goes up at the end. Hand with this. This is because it's a question. Let's try it again. Could you give me a hand with this? Great work. One more. Sentence 3. That's a really good point. Feel the feeling in this sentence. It's strong, confident. The music is like this. That's a really good point. Let's do it one more time. That's a really good point. Excellent. You can do this with any English audio, a movie, a TV show, a podcast like this one. Find a short sentence that you like. Pause the audio, repeat the sentence. Repeat it 5 times, 10 times, 15 times. Each time, try to sound a little closer to the original speaker. This is an amazing workout for your mouth, your ears, and your brain. So you are talking to yourself every day. You are practicing imitation. You are building confidence. You are improving your sound. Now it is time for the final step of active practice. Moving from talking to yourself to talking to other people. Real conversations. But we will do this in a smart way, a way that keeps the fear low. You do not have to start with a big, important business meeting. No, we will start small. The key is to find low-pressure speaking situations, low-stress places to talk. Your best option is to find other language learners, just like you. There are many apps and websites for language exchange. You can find a partner who is learning your native language, and you are learning their native language, English. This is a perfect situation. Why? Because they understand. They know it is difficult. They will not judge your mistakes because they are making mistakes too. It is a safe space to practice, a safe space to fail, and to learn. Another wonderful option is to join online groups for your hobbies. What do you love to do? Do you love to play video games? Join a group on an app like Discord. Use the voice chat to talk about the game. Do you love gardening? Find a Facebook group for gardeners. Maybe they have live video chats. You can talk about plants. When you are talking about something you love, the pressure goes away. You forget about your English. You are just two people sharing a passion. The language is just a tool. It is not a test. When you start these conversations, it is okay to be prepared. It is smart to be prepared. Before your conversation, think of 3 questions you can ask. Where are you from? What do you like to do in your free time? What did you do this weekend? Think of a short story you can tell, maybe a story about your day or your week. Having a small plan helps so much. It helps to stop that blank mind feeling. This is the path. This is the 3-step engine for active practice. Step 1, start with yourself, the 5-minute daily habit. Step 2, upgrade with imitation, copy native speakers. Step 3, step into the world. Find low-pressure partners. You are not just studying English anymore. You are living it. You are using it. And that is the key. Let's bring everything together. For a long time, you were trying to solve the wrong problem. You thought the problem was your vocabulary. You thought the problem was your grammar. You thought the answer was to study more, to work harder. But the real reason your English felt slow was not about your ability. It was never about how smart you are. It was the lie of perfection. That lie created a deep fear, a fear of making mistakes. And that fear trapped you. It trapped you in a cycle of silence and sadness. But today you learned how to be free. You learned how to break that cycle. You now have a complete 3-part system to fix it. First, you will fix your mindset. You now have a new golden rule. Mistakes are your best friends. You know that mistakes are proof of progress. You will be kind to yourself. You will answer your inner critic. And you will celebrate your small wins. This will build an unbreakable foundation of confidence. Second, you will flood your brain with input. You will fill your cup. You will listen to hours of English every week, using both active and passive listening. You will fill your mind with the natural sound and rhythm of the language, so you will always have words to share. And third, you will build an engine of active practice. You will start a daily habit of speaking English out loud. Even for just 5 minutes, you will narrate your life. You will use imitation to sound more natural, and you will find safe, low-pressure spaces to have real conversations. You have everything you need. You always had it. You know the words. You know the rules. The only missing parts were the right method and the right mindset. Now you have them both. Your journey to fluent, confident English does not start someday. It does not start when you feel you are ready. It does not start when you think you are perfect. Nobody is ever perfect. Your journey starts now. It starts in this moment, the moment you decide to be brave. Brave enough to be imperfect, brave enough to make a mistake. It starts the moment you open your mouth and speak. You can do this. I truly believe in you. I know you can. So please believe in yourself too. Start today. If this episode helped you, if you had a light bulb moment, please consider sharing it with a friend, someone who might be feeling stuck just like you were. And please think about following or subscribing to our podcast. It helps our community grow, and it means you won't miss our next episode together. Now for your first action step, your first small win. Go to the comments section of this episode and write one small thing you will do with your English today. It can be anything. Today I will listen to one English song. Today I will narrate making my tea. Today I will write one small win in my journal. Let's fill the comments with our victories, our small brave steps forward. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for sharing your time with me. It was an honor to be with you. Keep going, be kind to yourself, and I will see you next time, my friend.